Hi everyone, my name is Macy, and today I will be presenting influenza. Influenza is an enveloped RNA virus. Virus meaning it is like a tiny machine that needs to hijack our cells to make copies of itself. Enveloped is a coat that helps it get into our cells. RNA, instead of DNA like us, its genetic blueprint is made of RNA and can get mixed and matched with other flu viruses, creating a new version of the flu that our bodies haven't seen before. The flu virus is a tiny coated ball with special keys that help it get into and out of cells, and its genetic instructions are in several pieces of RNA which can easily change. Signs and symptoms of influenza. Influenza primarily affects the respiratory tract. The virus infects and replicates in the epithelial cells lining the nose, throat, bronchial tubes, and sometimes the lungs. This infection leads to the destruction of these cells, causing inflammation and damage to the respiratory mucosa. In severe cases, especially with certain strains or in vulnerable individuals, the infection can extend to the lower respiratory tract, leading to pneumonia, or making the lungs susceptible to secondary bacterial infections like bacterial pneumonia. The systemic symptoms, like fever and muscle aches, are due to the body's immune response, including the release of cytokines. Some signs of influenza are fever greater than 100, chills, cough, sore throat, runny or stuffy nose, muscle or body aches, fatigue, and headache. Some symptoms include feeling feverish, chills, sore throat, headache, muscle aches, cough, and nasal congestion. Influenza length of incubation period is typically 1 to 4 days, with an average of about 2 days. This means that symptoms usually appear 1 to 4 days after exposure to the virus. Influenza is a global disease with seasonal epidemics occurring annually in temperate regions and year-round tropical areas. Susceptible individuals. While anyone can get influenza, certain groups are at higher risk of developing serious complications, hospitalization, and death, such as young children under 5 years old, and particularly those under 2 years old, older adults 65 years or older, pregnant women, individuals with chronic conditions such as chronic lung disease, heart disease, kidney disease, liver disease, blood disorders, weakened immune systems, and morbid obesity. The flu happens every year, usually in winter. Anyone can get it, but babies, older people, pregnant women, and those with other health problems get much sicker. Globally, millions get sick with the flu each year, and hundreds of thousands die, mostly the very old or very young, or those with weakened immune systems. The exact number changes every year. Influenza source. The influenza pathogen normally lives in both non-human animals like birds, especially for influenza A, and human carriers for influenza B and C. Influenza does not survive long in the general environment. They normally live in animal reservoirs and in human carriers. Influenza does not persist long in soil, water, or surfaces. It needs a living host. Influenza A virus mainly lives in wild aquatic birds, which are the natural reservoirs. They can also infect pigs, horses, dogs, and other animals. This is where new strains often originate. Seasonal influenza spreads from human to human. People who are infected carry and spread the virus through respiratory droplets. Transmission of influenza. Influenza transmission primarily passes from person to person via respiratory droplets expelled by infected individuals. Transmission can also occur through contact with contaminated surfaces. Influenza is not transmitted by biological vectors. Transmission can be prevented by vaccinations, hand hygiene, covering the mouth and nose when coughing or sneezing, social distancing, disinfecting frequently touched surfaces. Influenza therapy. We have flu treatments, flu shots, and immunity after getting flu. Flu treatments would be antiviral medicines like Tamiflu. They help stopping the flu virus from spreading or making more copies of itself. Flu shots are yearly vaccines. A new flu shot is made every year to protect against the types of flu expected to come on. Immunity is a short-lived protection. If you get the flu, you'll be immune to that exact strain for a while, but not forever. The flu virus changes often, so you can get different strains in the future. Laboratory methods. The most common and accurate laboratory method to diagnose influenza is a PCR test, specifically the reverse transcription polymerase chain reaction. RT-PCR detects influenza genetic material RNA. It is a highly sensitive and specific. It can identify the type A or B, and sometimes even the strain. Other methods are rapid antigen tests that are quick, but they're less accurate. Or the viral culture is accurate, but is very slow. Influenza new data. Recent research, 2019 to 2024, in the bird flu virus shows a concerning development. The virus, which has been spreading to many different mammals like cattle in 2024, is now able to attach even if weak to receptors found in human airways. Normally, the bird flu prefers receptors found in birds, closer to being able to infect humans more easily. This final slide includes the references used to support the data in my presentation. Thank you for your time.